Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Prophecy, and we are going to be showing you how the Prophecy can solo storyline missions, as well as pretty much any content in the game, just through the pure range that you can get from drones. We're going to go through the ship, the fittings, the skills that I've got, and then we're going to show you some action from a tier 8 storyline mission that I did solo, and it was a storyline mission that's quite hard for the Prophecy to do, simply because I was going into a Minmatar one, and armor tanks are pretty bad into Minmatar cannon weapons. So if you want to join the gang, if you enjoy the content, subscribe button down below, join the Scoundrel gang. We generally call my guys the Scoundrels. And also thanks to G2A for sponsoring the channel. See you soon. So, let's talk about the ship. You've probably seen my Prophecy ship stuff before, but I'm going to go through it really quickly. Prophecy is a tier 7 battle cruiser. It has 5 drone slots, 5 low slots, 3 mid slots, and 3 rigging slots of each type. You get 15 kilometers drone range as a bonus, a command burst module slot, which we do not have access to just yet. They haven't actually been released. Every level in advanced medium drone upgrade, you're going to get 30% drone DPS and drone velocity, 5%. And every level in battle cruiser command, you're going to get 4% armor resistance, which is the one thing that separates this, as well as drone effective HP, from the Myrmidon. So the Myrmidon gets bonuses to armor repair efficiency, whereas you get flat bonus armor resistances in the Prophecy. So both ships are good. They have their own advantages, but the Prophecy has got much more armor. So the Prophecy is got much more armor. It's got, think about 1,000, maybe nearly 2,000 more armor than the Myrmidon. So those active resistances those resistances that you get from the battlecruiser levels are actually pretty strong. Okay, so what skills have I got right now to make sure I'm flying this to the best of my capabilities? Well, I actually respect pretty heavily into all the battlecruiser skills. So battlecruiser command, which I need to get to level 5, obviously, and advanced battlecruiser command. You also want to consider micro warp drive operation and advanced micro warp drive operation. I'll talk about why after this. You want armor operation and armor hardening as well. You're going to want battlecruiser defense upgrade and advanced battlecruiser defense upgrade, and obviously battlecruiser engineering and advanced battlecruiser engineering, and then obviously targeting and target management. And then when it comes to drones, you are going to want drone and advanced drone, and I've gone all the way up to expert drone. The reason being is that I'm going to get 1 kilometer extra range per level I have, so I actually have a total of, I believe, 13 kilometers extra range for my drones, just based off my skills. You want medium drone upgrade, and of course advanced medium drone upgrade, and you want medium drone operation and advanced medium drone operation, and those are the skills that you're going to want to have when flying the Prophecy. In terms of fittings, whatever you want in the high slots, I would recommend strike cannons, probably because they're going to have the most range with no skills, but I just randomly put missiles in to help deal with some of the smaller things that come towards me. I've gone for 1 Nosferatu and 2 webs. Could have 2 Nosferatus, 1 web, but I feel like I'm not going to be doing too much up close and personal tanking. In terms of drones, these were just the Mark 7 drones that I had. Drones can be adjusted for the type of content that you're doing. So for instance, the Prophecy is as any armor tank is very good at doing Galente and specifically Amarr missions. So you're going to want to have things that are good against Amarr ships, which is usually going to be Vespers or Valkyries. I think they're called Valkyries, but basically either the kinetic or the explosive drones. If you're going up into shield tanks, you're going to want infiltrators. The most commonly used and most adaptable is the Hammerhead, which deals thermal damage. So this is the most commonly used drone. It's also the most expensive for that reason. But honestly, I've got a mix. I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. Again, you really want to target your drones towards the types of content that you're doing. And it depends if they're armor tanks, if they're shield tanks, etc. Low slots. So the things that I think are really important: micro warp drive. I think that you need to have a micro warp drive for the reason being that you need to maintain distance, and you want to dictate range, and that's important, especially if you're looking at, you know, an excess of 55 kilometers range. You're going to want to be trying to keep that as much as possible, and the micro warp drive is going to help you dictate range much better than an afterburner, for instance. You're going to need at least 1 armor repairer. You could have 2. If you're flying the Myrmidon, probably going to want to have 2. In the Prophecy, you could have 2 or 1, it really depends. You're definitely going to want a drone damage control, and then it's basically up to you as to whether you want to run a reactive armor hardener or another armor repair unit. Depends on the type of content you're doing, depends which is going to be more relevant to you. I used this for the Minmatar mission that I'm going to show you later on in the video, but honestly, I think I would have been better off with another armor hardener or another adaptive. But the general rule of thumb is either 2 adaptive or reactive hardeners and 1 repairer, or 1 hardener and 2 repairers. It goes like that with most defensive options in low slots. Rigs. I have not got any engineering rigs on, but I would recommend, as you will find out in the video later on when I do the actual content, that capacitor control circuits are a good addition because, again, maintaining cap stability is pretty important. I would probably put like 2 cap control circuits and maybe 1 semiconductor, or 3 cap control circuits. You also could consider base velocity, so you could have an auxiliary thruster, or you could consider warp stability if you're really scared about not being able to kill things that are warp scrambling you. But I would probably go with capacitor control circuits and an auxiliary thruster, but again, completely up to you. In terms of offensive or / defensive rigs, I've gone for a drone control range 2, which is going to give me an extra 10 kilometers, and that's allowed me to then go for 2 firepower and speed augmenters at tier 2. What I have found, though, is that maybe dropping a firepower rig in exchange for another range augmenter might be safer for dealing with missions, and I think actually that's maybe what I'm going to consider. Getting 68k range might be more efficient and keep me safer. So I'm thinking about replacing the firepower with another range augmenter, because I think the speed augmenter is actually the one that gives you the most DPS for your drones. And that is my fittings. Now I'm going to show you some footage from me doing a tier 8 storyline mission, mostly comprised of cruisers and battle cruisers with a long range. It was a tough mission for an armor tank, but I wanted to show that it is capable to do it, and you are capable to solo a lot of content in the Prophecy. Just realised that this might have been, I might have had 8 minutes of this being completely incorrectly sized. Okay, this is probably the better angle to come in at. I'm going to have to take out the Elite Hurricane, and I think I'm going to have to start orbiting it with a micro warp drive pretty quickly. I'm going to get my lads on it here. Oh god, it's just started attacking everything. I basically want to create range between myself and the Hurricane. One thing that I wasn't doing was using my micro warp drive to create range effectively, mainly because I was scared of using my capacitor. One of the things that I might consider is getting rid of one of my reactive hardeners for a capacitor battery, or just going for capacitor control circuits, because obviously they're important. Oh, this automatic lockback thing is not working out fantastically. I don't want to lock the things that are 100 kilometers away. Okay. There's an elite cruiser wreck that I want. I want to get that. I'd stop it with the automatic lockback. I understand it. I'm going to turn it off. It's really annoying. Automatic lockback off. There's a tornado there. There's an elite. Let's go to PVE. How many elites have I got to deal with? Elite tornado, elite hurricane. Quite a few elites in this wave, actually. Got to be a bit careful. Alright. Much better now at maintaining my range. Let's kill the Rupture, actually. Yeah, let's kill the Rupture. Much better at maintaining my range, which is what we're after. We're looking to maintain our range first and foremost. Let's kill the Slasher. That Slasher should go down easily enough. One of the things that I was making a mistake, because this is the first time I've properly flown my drone ship, was that I was not using my micro warp drive to maintain and burn range, and that's what you should be doing, especially versus the elites. You should be looking to maintain distance between you and your targets as much as possible, and only get into distance when you absolutely need to. Let's kill that Rupture. Let's kill the Slasher. That'll be nice. Just kill the Slasher really quickly. It's fairly close to the Rupture. Head this way. It's a tornado there. No, that's not quite what I wanted to do. I wanted to head this way. Right, drone damage amplification. Let's get on it. I'm taking a bit of damage here, but not too bad. I'm actually heading towards the tornado, so what I actually want to do is go completely the opposite direction. I do not want to head towards the tornado. There is the hurricane. Just kill the elites. That hurricane's actually coming towards me. Yeah, I'm going to burn and get some range because I am actually taking a beating now. This is what that burn is for. Maintaining range. Right, go. Get the hurricane. Oh, the hurricane's actually really near me, or at least it's closing the distance on me relatively quickly. Okay, so we've got a bit of range again now, which is nice. And that should allow me to build some capacitor back up and hopefully kill this elite hurricane. Kill the hurricane. Okay. Repair. Just don't let these guys get into range of you and you're fine. These guys are all split up over here. I kind of want to kill those guys, then go for the main pack. There's 2 elite tornadoes. I think there's 3 elite tornadoes that I need to be aware of. I don't want to use my drone damage amplification because I just don't have the recharge necessary right now. I think we could be cap stable with these 3 if I had some capacitor recharge units on, but I don't have capacitor recharge units on, so I'm not cap stable. That's what I will invest in. That's what I will invest in after this storyline mission. I will invest in capacitor recharge because that's the one thing that's been holding me back, not being able to maintain cap stability with 1 armor repairer going. I mean, we've dealt with a lot of elite battle cruisers in this wave, and this is I would say this is actually a relatively difficult storyline mission, especially for an armor tank. So it's kind of showing you that it is possible. I would feel comfortable staying here once we kill off the elites. Yeah, because the rest of it is just normals. So, like, if we kill these elites, I would feel comfortable. Because the rest of those guys are like 130 kilometers away, so I can essentially just rest up and repair. And these tornadoes are not exactly moving ridiculously close to me. Alright. I think we stabilized. It was a bit rough, but we stabilized. I don't want to use my drone damage yet. That tornado is actually moving away from me. But luckily my drones are on it right now, so they're not gonna peace out just yet. Although I say that, one of them has just come back towards me, which is really annoying when it does that. Which one is that? That's a Vespa, which means I can't reset my Vespas, unfortunately. So the tornadoes are heading back to the pack. With the drone ship, it's all about just maintaining that range. I have not done this perfectly, but we are starting to be a little bit better. Once this elite is down, I think that's all of the elites in this final wave. A lot of cruisers and battle cruisers on this particular mission. It is not an easy one to do. I did not choose the easiest one to showcase. Good job. There we go. Right, let's actually go loot now. Let's actually go loot. Pop the micro warp drive. 3 million in bounties, by the way. Just got a random 3 million. These guys should be relatively easy to do now. Maybe adding another 10k range to the drones wouldn't be a bad thing. Like 68k range. Just to make it that much safer. I'm going to attack this guy though. But no elites left, so I don't feel uncomfortable doing this. No elites left. It's just a matter of chipping away at these battle cruisers and cruisers one at a time. Loads of bounty loot. I think I've probably almost made. I think I came into this with 10 million, so yeah, I made about maybe a bit more. Maybe I had a bit less than 10 million. I think I've made about 6 million in bounties, and I probably make another few million by the end of this with the elites, because elite battle cruisers are worth a lot in terms of bounties. Alright, finally killing the last battle cruiser in this wave, and this has actually been a very hard one for my frigate, for my drone boat to do and solo, mainly because they can actually hit from the same kind of ranges that I'm trying to fire at. But it has been a very successful, I would say, storyline mission, because I've only had to dock a couple of times. I think if I was to do this again, I would probably put capacitor control circuits on for sure. Is that all I get? Oh my god, that's awful. Okay, I'm going to drop all that. There we go. We did it. Payment received. 44 million. Did it solo. A tier 8 one. I would say that this ship's probably going to be much easier and much better at soloing tier 10 Amar missions, but obviously I would say that the Minmatar missions are the hardest, or one of the hardest, actually just the hardest for a armor tank to do because of the damage profiles they have. So clearly you're going into damage profiles that you're weak against, so I would recommend probably doing Amar missions if you get the chance. But overall was pretty successful, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm going to loot everything and take it back to base, and I'll see you soon.